You stay hydrated all day, hitting the restroom on a pretty predictable schedule. And yet, as reliably as clockwork, around 2 a.m., your bladder throws a party and wakes you up. It doesn't automatically mean you're just getting old, and it's not always from drinking too much water. The real reason often lies in an internal body clock that's out of sync, messing with your urination cycle. Think of this internal clock like a little director, telling you when to go. Right now, it's programmed to yank you from sleep in the middle of the night, often without you realizing you've trained it to do that. It might surprise you, but our bladders actually have their own internal biological clock. Like your brain, liver, and gut having peak performance times, every organ has its own schedule. Eating at odd hours, not having a consistent sleep routine, or drinking fluids randomly can mess up these internal clocks. They stop working together smoothly. When it comes to your bladder, this can show up in sneaky ways. The hormones that control urination get out of whack. Your kidneys keep working hard even after you're in bed, and your bladder doesn't sleep the way it should. So you wake up every night, scratching your head, wondering why. The good news is, this internal clock can be reset, and you don't need any pills. You also don't have to drastically cut back on fluids. All you need is to get the timing right. In this video, I'll walk you through resetting your body's natural urination rhythm with 3 easy changes you can make in just 3 days. And if you stick around until the end, you'll learn the exact times that can help you enjoy your first full night's sleep in ages without needing a midnight pee break. Your body's functions aren't just random. Each organ has its own internal clock. The brain uses a circadian rhythm to control hormones and sleep. The liver has its own schedule for detoxifying, and the gut follows a digestive rhythm. Similarly, the bladder, which holds and releases urine, is controlled by its own biological clock. This bladder clock works using nerve signals and a hormone called ADH, also known as the anti-diuretic hormone. During the day, your body naturally makes less ADH. That's why your kidneys are more active, filtering more fluids, making more urine, and causing you to pee more often. But when you sleep at night, your brain cranks up ADH production. This hormone slows down kidney activity and helps your body hold on to water, so you can sleep through the night without your bladder waking you. Now, if you constantly eat late, sleep at different times, and drink fluids at random times for days on end, your body gets confused. The bladder's clock gets out of sync with the kidney's clock. The signals to pee get pushed to nighttime. ADH either isn't released when it should be, or it's released at the wrong time, meaning your body keeps making too much urine even after you've gone to bed. Your body mistakenly thinks you're still awake, and your bladder keeps sending signals demanding to be emptied. This isn't necessarily a sign of getting old. It's a sign that your internal rhythm is off. And if that rhythm can be thrown off, it can also be fixed with the right approach at the right time. Starting today, you can tweak your diet and fluid intake. However, if you still sleep at odd hours, stay up late a lot, or wake up at different times every morning, your efforts won't make much difference in the long run. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's the foundation for keeping your internal rhythms in check, activating key hormones, and coordinating how your organs work, including your bladder and kidneys. One of the most important hormones produced during sleep is vasopressin, also known as the anti-diuretic hormone, ADH. This hormone is released by the hypothalamus gland when your body goes into deep sleep. ADH reduces how much urine your kidneys produce, helping your body hold onto water throughout the night. This allows you to sleep for 6 to 8 hours straight without needing to wake up to pee. But the timing of ADH release is totally controlled by your sleep-wake cycle. If you go to bed late or constantly change your bedtime, the hypothalamus has a hard time figuring out when to start ADH production. According to a report from the Mayo Clinic and a 2021 study in the journal Sleep Health, going to bed later than 11 p.m. on several days in a row significantly lowers the amount of ADH released during the night. Because of this, your kidneys keep producing urine all night long, leading you to wake up often because your bladder is full. Another study from the US National Institutes of Health showed that older adults who went to bed at the same time every night had earlier and more consistent ADH release. This helped cut down on nighttime urine volume by as much as 29% compared to those with inconsistent sleep schedules. This means that just by going to bed at a better time, you can ease almost a third of the burden on your bladder. So the first thing you need to do to reset your urination clock is to stabilize your sleep. Try to go to bed at the same time, between 9:30 and 10 p.m., and wake up at the same time every morning, even on weekends. After 8 o'clock p.m., don't look at blue light from your phone or TV, because this kind of light stops your body from making melatonin, which makes it harder to fall into deep sleep. Avoid snacking, drinking water, or eating sweets after 6 o'clock p.m., because these things trigger insulin, which can delay when you naturally start feeling sleepy. If you only focus on improving your sleep without changing the other two things, it might take a while to see results. But if you start with sleep and then adjust how much fluid you drink and your bathroom schedule, your urinary system will start to get back in sync. Deep sleep isn't just a nice thing to have. It's the first signal to your bladder that it's time to rest, and that you should be resting too. Going to bed on time is the most important first step. However, if you don't retrain your bladder to know when it's supposed to rest, even going to bed early won't stop those middle-of-the-night wake-up calls. One of the best ways to get your bladder back on track is to set up a regular urination routine. Every time you drink water, a bunch of biological things happen. The kidneys start filtering, urine starts to build up, and the brain gets signals from your bladder that it's full, which makes you feel like you need to pee. If this happens regularly, your body remembers the connection between drinking and needing to go. However, if you usually hold it for a long time or go when you don't really need to, these signals get mixed up. The brain forgets when it's the right time to send the release command, and the bladder forgets what to expect. Urologists at the Cleveland Clinic suggest that older adults use something called timed voiding. It's pretty simple. You don't have to wait until you really need to go, but you also shouldn't go too early. Instead, make a regular schedule for going to the bathroom each day based on when you drink fluids. For example, if you drink water at 7 o'clock a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 o'clock p.m., then going to the bathroom about 1 to 2 hours later will help get your natural reflexes back on track. The exact minute doesn't matter as much as being consistent. That's how your central nervous system learns and remembers the cycle. It's really important to avoid both extremes. The first one is holding your urine for too long. When you hold urine in your bladder for a long time, the bladder walls stretch too much. The muscle that contracts to release urine gets overworked too often and for too long, which makes it weaker over time. If this happens a lot, the bladder can't contract as well. You might feel like you need to go, but the urine stream is weak, hesitant, and doesn't completely empty your bladder. Over time, the bladder gets bigger, loses its elasticity, and starts to hold on to residual urine, which raises the risk of infections. The second habit is going too early, before the bladder is full. This often happens with people who have had problems with nighttime urination or urgency. Many choose to go just in case, whenever they feel even a little pressure, or before going to bed, even if they don't really need to. But if you pee when the bladder is still almost empty, the pressure sensors in the bladder walls get too sensitive. Over time, your body can't tell the difference between a real urge and a false alarm. So you might wake up at night feeling like you need to pee, even when your bladder is almost empty. Both of these habits, holding it too long and going too early, can mess up the nervous system that controls urination. This shows why it's important to get your body's natural rhythm back by keeping a consistent urination schedule, responding to real signals at the right times. Medical journals like Neurourology and Urodynamics and the Journal of Geriatric Urology have shown that for older adults, keeping a regular daytime voiding schedule helps restore stable urination reflexes, which makes it easier to sleep through the night without waking up. And when this is combined with drinking fluids at the right times and having a consistent sleep routine, the improvements are even bigger. You don't have to change everything all at once. Start with the smallest change. Go to the bathroom on a schedule. Not because you're in the habit of it, not because you're worried about it, but because your body needs to remember the rhythm it used to know but has now forgotten. And if you're only going to change one thing today, make it the timing of your fluid intake. This is the master switch for your whole urination rhythm. You don't have to drink less, and you shouldn't feel thirsty. Just drink at the right times. When you do that consistently, your body will naturally adjust from the inside out. Your kidneys will be active at the right times. Your bladder won't be forced to work off schedule, and the anti-diuretic hormone ADH will be released at the right time in the night to hold on to fluids and let you sleep soundly until morning. The first good time to drink is between 6:30 and 7 a.m. This is when your body is just waking up. Your blood is still a bit thick, your body temperature is low, and your kidneys are still slowing down after resting all night. A glass of lukewarm water, about 150 to 200 millimoles at this time, can wake up your whole circulatory system. The water helps to gently thin your blood, naturally reduce your blood pressure a little, and kickstart the kidneys' filtering process. This lets your body get rid of fluid buildup earlier in the day instead of waiting until the evening. The next good time to drink is around 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon. At this time, your digestive system is getting ready to work hard to process your main meal. Drinking a small glass of water about 30 minutes before eating helps soothe your stomach, promotes proper gastric juice secretion, and also lets your kidneys finish their morning filtering cycle. This keeps the kidneys from getting overloaded in the afternoon and helps you avoid fluid retention that could last into the night. Between 3 and 4 p.m. is when a lot of older adults start to notice heavy sock marks or shoes that feel tighter, signs of fluid retention in their legs. Drinking water during this time, along with a few gentle steps or stretches, helps stimulate circulation activate the lymphatic system, and push extra fluid out of the soft tissues. The kidneys keep working while you're still awake, which reduces how much your body has to work while you're sleeping. Before doing light evening activities like walking, gardening, or cleaning, drink another small glass of lukewarm water around 5 p.m. As your body starts to sweat, the water that's already been absorbed will help keep your blood pressure stable and support circulation. Toxins are then released through your skin instead of being pushed entirely through your kidneys. This is a natural way to lower the amount of urine you produce at night, and not many people know about it. After 6 o'clock p.m. is the last time you should drink. From this point on, if you keep drinking water, especially cold drinks, sugary drinks, or herbal teas, your bladder will be forced to keep working while your body is trying to rest. Johns Hopkins has found that stopping fluid intake after 6 p.m. can increase deep sleep duration by almost 20%. If you feel thirsty, take a small sip of lukewarm water, about 20 to 30 milliliters at a time. According to recommendations from the Cleveland Clinic and Johns Hopkins, the timing of when you drink fluids during the day plays a big role in the circadian rhythms of your kidneys and bladder. Drinking at the right times helps the kidneys filter earlier, reduces fluid buildup in the evening, and lowers the risk of nighttime urination. Many clinical reports and expert summaries have also shown that strategically spacing out fluid intake from morning to afternoon, especially stopping after 6 o'clock p.m., often leads to better sleep quality and fewer nighttime bathroom trips in older adults. While there's no one number that works for everyone, most experts agree that timing is more important than the total amount of water you drink in a day. This isn't a huge change. Instead, it's a change that's done at the right time. A small change, kept up for just 3 days, can start to give you real results. A quieter bladder, deeper sleep, and a gentler, calmer morning. It all starts with a sip of water at the right time. Ellen, a 72-year-old living alone in Oregon, could barely make it through a night without waking up for months. Every night, she had to get out of bed 2 or 3 times, sometimes only an hour after going to sleep. She tried to drink less water, cut out coffee, and try herbal remedies, but she kept waking up with a full bladder at exactly 1:30 a.m. From that point on, she would toss and turn for a long time, until dawn. Things only started to get better when her granddaughter, who was a nursing student, gave her a simple suggestion. Don't drink less water, but drink it at the right times. Her granddaughter even helped her make a written schedule: a lukewarm glass after waking up, a small glass before lunch, another in the early afternoon, and a small one before going out to water the garden at 5 p.m. After 6 o'clock p.m., she stopped drinking completely. She also started going to the bathroom at regular times each day, not waiting until she really had to go, and not going early just in case before bed. After just 5 days, she noticed that she wasn't waking up in the middle of the night anymore. By the 7th day, she had her first full night of uninterrupted sleep in months. No medication, no tea, no folk remedies, just a gentle reset of her biological rhythm. Geriatric specialists at the Mayo Clinic say that bladder control doesn't just depend on age or how much fluid you drink. It depends on rhythm. When you get your body back on a regular cycle, you don't have to consciously force yourself to remember. Your body will naturally know when to hold and when to release. Nobody likes waking up at 2 a.m., and now you know why it might have been happening to you. Frequent nighttime urination isn't just a normal part of getting old. It's caused by a biological clock that's gone off track, a rhythm messed up by drinking fluids at inconsistent times, missing or rushing bathroom trips, and going to bed at different times, depending on how tired you are, how late the news is on, or how long you've been talking with your kids or grandkids. Each of these seemingly harmless habits slowly weakens your body's natural ability to coordinate the teamwork between your kidneys, brain, and bladder. That's why you might still wake up at night even if you don't drink a lot of water. The main thing to remember is that you can reset that rhythm in just 3 steps. The first step is drinking water at the right times, following 5 simple time frames to help your kidneys filter early and your bladder rest at the right time. The second step is going to the bathroom on a schedule. Don't hold it too long and don't go too early. Each well-timed bathroom trip is a chance to retrain your body on how to control urination. And the third step is going to bed at the same time every night, because your body only releases ADH properly when you sleep regularly. It's only when this hormone is working in sync that your sleep can be truly uninterrupted. I encourage you to track your current habits for the next 3 days. How many times do you wake up to pee? When do you usually drink water? Do you go to the bathroom right before bed? Then, try these 3 small changes for the next 3 days and write down the results. If you sleep more soundly, even for just one night without waking up at 2 a.m., it means you're on the right track. Which step will you focus on tonight? Will you stop drinking water after 6 o'clock p.m.? Will you set an alarm to make sure you go to bed at exactly 10 o'clock? Leave a comment below and tell me about your experience. I read every message, and I might even share your story in a future video. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe. I'll be here every week to help you get your sleep back naturally, gently, without medication, and without any interruptions.